At 1:35 p.m. on Monday, February 13, 2017, Abigail Williams, 13 years old, and Liberty German, 14 years old, were dropped off by German's sister Kelsey German on County Road 300 North. Williams and German were planning on hiking on the Manon High Bridge over Deer Creek, a remote woodland area in Deer Creek Township. At 2:07, German had posted a photo of Williams walking along the bridge, and shortly after they were not heard from again. When German's father came to pick them up at 3:15 p.m., they were nowhere to be found, and the families began to search for them. At 5:30 p.m., they still had not been located, and they were reported as missing to the police. This was seen as odd, as Williams and German were familiar with the community trails, which were popular with locals. German's grandfather said, "She went hiking often. We talked all the time about safety. It was something that I stressed, but I guess not enough." Authorities who searched the area initially did not suspect foul play, but that soon changed. Around noon of February 14th, both of the bodies of the girls were found about a half-mile east of the abandoned Manon High Bridge, on the north bank of Deer Creek. Police declared the deaths a double homicide, but did not release the cause of death. What the police did release was a video clip from German's phone. In the video, a man wearing jeans, a blue jacket, and a hoodie can be seen following the girls and speaking to them. The audio was muffled, but a male voice was heard saying, "Guys," and "down the hill." Police believe that this recording was made just before the murders took place. On July 17th, police released a sketch of the suspect seen in the video. It had been drawn by police from witnesses to a certain hiker of the Delphi historic trails on the day the girls had vanished. On September 25th, Daniel Nations was named as the only person of interest and was arrested in Colorado for suspicion of wielding a hatchet and threatening people on different trails, as well as a possible shooting on a trail. Police eventually announced that they could not rule him in or out of the case, but by February 2018, he was officially ruled as no longer a suspect. Another suspect was added, Thomas Bruce. Bruce was a former pastor who was charged with fatally shooting one woman and sexually assaulting two others. He had ordered them at gunpoint to the back room of a suburban St. Louis shop for religious supplies. His crimes brought him into the spotlight, and he was noted to be of similar stature to the then current suspect description in the Delphi murders. He was also wearing a flat cap and navy blue jacket during the attack, similar to the suspect of the Delphi case. Bruce was eventually charged with no fewer than 17 felony counts related to the St. Louis case. Two other names were eventually added on. John Miller, 59 years old, of Fort Wayne, Indiana, who is now serving 80 years in prison for the death of April Tinsley, and Charles Eldridge, 46 years old, who was eventually arrested after arranging sex with an undercover cop posing as an underage girl. In the end, both of the men were removed from the suspect list. On April 22, 2019, police held a press conference to announce that the case was going in a new direction. A new updated sketch of the suspect was released. This new sketch showed a man with the broader age range of 18 to 40 years old. The police believe that the man lived, worked, or regularly visited Delphi. A longer audio clip of the suspect speaking from German's phone was also released. The police then revealed that they were looking for the owner of a vehicle that was abandoned between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. on February 14, 2017. The vehicle was seen on the east side of County Road 300 North and was parked at the old CPS-DCS welfare building. During this time, there were also several other persons of interest that popped up. On July 23, 2019, one suspect, Paul Etter, was wanted for the kidnapping and rape of a 26-year-old woman in Indiana. 5 days later, he was surrounded by police and died by suicide. For years, the case was quiet, but on April 29, 2021, police started looking into a potential new suspect, police arrested 42-year-old James Chadwell with the attempted kidnapping and murder of a 10-year-old girl in Lafayette, Indiana. The city is located about 20 miles from Delphi. Police have stated that there were several factors that led them to believe he could be involved, but never released additional information. In December 2021, police announced that the murders may be in some way related to a fake social media profile called Anthony Shots. The host of the weekly true crime podcast Murder Sheet uncovered published transcripts from a 2020 police interview with Keegan Anthony Klein during their research into the case. Klein, 27 years old, is behind bars in Indiana, awaiting trial on 30 unrelated criminal charges, including child exploitation, possession of child pornography, and obstruction of justice. In the transcript, Klein admits to using the Snapchat and Instagram handle Anthony Shots to exchange messages with German, but denies killing the girls in 2017. He had used these accounts to catfish potential underage victims with photos of an unknown male model. He portrayed himself as being extremely wealthy and owning numerous sports cars. During the interview, Klein told police that it was just a coincidence that I happened to talk to her. He continued, "I don't remember talking to her really. I don't even know who she really was until after I saw that on the news." The police confronted Klein with evidence that the account had communicated with another person online, explaining how they were supposed to meet that girl, but she never showed up. Klein claimed that he would have never gone to meet German in person. Further in the transcript, police stated that Klein had failed a polygraph test and told him that they were aware that he deleted his Snapchat and Instagram accounts. They also found that he had searched online, "How long does DNA last?" When pressed as to why he searched that, Klein said, "I have no clue. I don't know. Probably because they DNA tested me?" When asked why he was concerned about DNA in this case, Klein said, "I wouldn't. That's just a common thing to freak out about." Kelsey German said of Klein as a potential suspect, "I think in the past when there were names put out in the media, that was more the media putting them out there. But I think this is the first time we've seen police put out any sort of name about a potential suspect." She stated that she long believed that social media didn't have anything to do with the case, but has now reconsidered things, saying her sister never told me anything about anybody contacting her online. But since the latest release happened, it just made me think that even if she had told us, or if we would have said something, then she'd likely kept messaging anyway, because teenagers like to hide things, unfortunately. Klein has not been charged with the murders as of present day. In response to a request from German's mother, homeowners across central Indiana have had orange lights placed on their front porches to commemorate the girls and to indicate that the murderer is still at large. In August 2017, the families announced plans to build a sports complex for Delphi in the memory of the two girls. Linnae Park Foundation, a nonprofit organization, was formed to remember the girls by creating a place for the appreciation of nature, art, play, and athleticism. A mile north of Delphi, a site was procured, and in the years following the murders, progress has been made in the development of Abigail and Liberty Memorial Park. This case is still unsolved. If you have any information on the case or the Anthony Shots accounts, please contact Abby and Libby Tip at cacoshrf.com or call 765-822-3535. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more criminal connections.